So how long does it take usually after you get all the information, they will get their new closet?
Well, this is super individual because there's closets
Mhm.
that are like 2 rooms full of clothes. There's
Wow.
closets that are just a little cupboard. So it's
Okay.
super, super individual.
Hmm.
So, but the minimum I do is 2 hours because less than 2 hours, it's not worth anything for me because of my preparation and everything. So,
Yes.
I would do 2 hours minimum and maximum 4 to 6 hours. But 6 hours is a lot also for the person because they need to change like in 5 minutes rhythms, right? They need to change their clothes
Yes.
and it's especially in winter with winter clothes is really hard. It's physical work.
Right.
And
Yes,
it's
exactly.
in a lot of cases, people then really ask me to help them to get rid of clothes, to make the decisions what they can get rid of because it's just too much. We all know that. It is
Yeah.
just too much. I mean, there's people with a spending budget of 3,000 euros per month. It's a lot of money, and they spend that money. So they do
On
have these
clothing.
clothes. Yes, only on clothing.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes. Sometimes because their bodies change and they really don't
Uh-huh.
know what to buy, and then they make false purchases. Like they just purchase things that really don't make them feel good. And so they purchase more because that one didn't do the job, and then
I
they
totally
purchase
see
even
that.
more. And it's super individual, everything.
Yes.
But most of the time, people do have too much clothes, and they
Mhm.
really lost the overview, and they they just lost it. In
Right.
yeah.
So you usually do for women or men too?
Well, I normally offer for both, but there's not so many men approaching me, to be honest.
Oh.
It's mainly women, and it's also mainly women after having their first child, after like changing careers, like after like a major change in their lives. So I would say women from
I
40
see.
plus. Yeah. So that is my main audience.
I Yes, because you remind me after saying that I had a podcast with one of the mothers, newly mothers, and I'll be having another webisode with one of another guest. And they were telling me after their first child how they loses the confidence, how they,
Yes.
can't think of the things that how should they dress anymore,
Yes,
and
and their
things
focus
like
is
that.
somewhere else. Their focus is with their baby. Their focus is with the
Right.
child. It's not with themselves anymore. And this is something we women having children really need to know and need to be aware of. And then
Exactly.
our bodies change. And this is
Hmm.
in some cases quite a drastic change. And like
Hmm.
first we have to deal with that change, which
Yes.
in itself is not really easy. And secondly, we need to learn to dress ourselves from the beginning because some changes make it a totally different way of approaching how we dress. And then as a mother who just had babies, like in the US it's a little different, but in Europe sometimes you don't continue working until 2 years after you had your child. So this is
Not here.
something where, yeah, I know. I
Especially
know that
not in
is
New
like
York. There's no
totally
way.
different. Yes. But in these cases, which are, it's often the case, to be honest,
Yes.
they don't know how to dress like for the office anymore,
Hmm.
and
Right.
the way of dressing for the office changed a lot in the last years because before it
Yes.
was like suits and very formal, and now it's much more open in order to like show your personal style much more. So, yeah.
Exactly. Right.